Hello and welcome to News at Noon. I am Aftab Borka. The grandma from West Bloomfield who's accused of killing her grandson is back in court today. Prosecutors say 74-year-old Sandra Lane shot her 17-year-old grandson multiple times. Reporter John Turk has an update on that.
Jury selection is going on today in Oakland County Circuit Court. Lane's accused of shooting her grandson, Jonathan Hoffman, a 17-year-old, to death in their West Bloomfield Township home in May. She's been charged with open murder, and looks like her grandson died from 4 gunshot wounds, according to medical examiner's office. Lane's attorney, Jerome Sabata, says that self-defense will be a key part of the trial, and he says evidence will show that his client armed herself and shot her grandson because she was acting in self-defense, apparently. According to them, the defense, she was attacked by her grandson, and the shots were fired when they were struggling for the weapon.
And it's all but certain that Detroit will soon have an emergency financial manager. But the big question is, who will that person be? Let's go to Charlie Crum for more on that. Charlie?
Well, nobody knows for sure, but 2 political commentators over the weekend suggested that last year's Republican presidential hopeful Mitt Romney should get the job as the emergency manager for Detroit. Romney is a Michigan native and gained national attention for taking over the troubled 2002 Winter Olympics. So far, Michigan Governor Rick Snyder isn't saying who he favors to appoint to straighten out Detroit's finances. And currently that's kind of on hold while Detroit exercises a 10-day option to appeal the governor's determination that the city has a financial emergency. There's also no indication from Romney that he'd be interested. In Oakland County, more locally, Executive L. Brooks Patterson said no one on his staff wants the job, but he has his own thoughts on some of the candidates the governor might be looking at.
I've heard some names being bandied about. I know Lou Schimmel from Pontiac does not want the job. None of my guys want the job. I think it'll have to be an African-American in order just to keep that level of tension at the lowest point. So you're going to have, who's out there with the experience? There's a couple of guys. Joe Harris, the former auditor in Wayne County, he's potentially a candidate. They have a guy down there named George Jackson, who is the head of their growth group, does great work for the city. And half the new things you see on the waterfront and so forth are under George's leadership. I don't know if he feels strong enough as an auditor to go in there and hack and whack. I'm anxious to see who the governor comes up with.
A new phone scam is targeting senior citizens. Some incidents indicate a caller claiming to represent Medicare asks for personal information for a new medical card. Oakland Press spoke with a woman in Pontiac who received a similar call.
My name is Catherine Vlasic, and on January 16th I got a phone call. I don't know if the lady said what her name was, but and I don't remember if she said what she was calling the name of the company, but she said she had a free card, a medical card, and they were calling all senior citizens. And I could hear other ladies in the back saying the same thing she was saying. And she said that I could take this card along with my other cards, and all I would have to do is verify some numbers. And I said, okay. So she read showed me to get my check, and I got it. And she read the first numbers off the check, which are my routing numbers, and asked me for the last numbers, but they wanted to record it. So she would switch me over to another lady who would record the other numbers off my check. And I told her I really wasn't interested. And the more I said that I wasn't interested, the angrier she got. And she gave me the impression that if I didn't do this, that I would lose all my medical cards.
A 13-year-old Oakland County girl is trying to make a difference in her community. Sydney Wilson from Oakland Township is a Girl Scout working toward her Silver Award. Oakland Press reporter Megan Semarat spoke with her.
My name's Sydney Wilson, and I am working on my Girl Scout Silver Award, where you have to create a community service opportunity, and I've chosen to create a volunteer opportunity for community service hours for teenage volunteers with the Orion Township Public Library, and where teen volunteers can come in and read books to elderly people in senior centers. You can get involved by coming to the library and signing up to volunteer there, and it's one of the opportunities that you can do there. I think people should get involved because no one really thinks about it, but senior centers often aren't very happy places, and going there and agreeing to them, just generally giving them some company really brightens their day, and it makes you feel good to know that you're depended on and people are looking forward to seeing you.
Big victory for Michigan over MSU in the basketball game last night. Oakland Press sports columnist Pat Caputo was there at the Chrysler Center.
Michigan State actually played a pretty good road game here, and Michigan outlasted them. That's the bottom line. Key of the game in terms of matchups is that Trey Burke was a much better player than Keith Appling at point guard. That was the one matchup. I also thought Mitch McGarry held his own inside. Did more than that, actually. He's the one freshman from Michigan who has really, really developed. And I know it was a home win, and I know the road teams in the Big Ten haven't exactly been winning a lot, but that was let's put it this way, a character win for Michigan. They needed it badly. Michigan State will probably still go further in the tournament, in my opinion. But Michigan really got a big, big victory Sunday here at the Chrysler Center.
And that's it for today. Don't forget to watch us tomorrow at theoaklandpress.com. I'm Aftab Borkup. Have a great day.